Ooh, flowers. Pretty flowers. OMG, that guy's wearing an Evolve. Woo! That good looking dude's wearing a Thru. Be cool, be cool.
Waymark Thru?
Yeah, man.
Waymark Evolve?
Yeah, man.
Dude. Last year I got the Framed Thru backpack from Waymark. It's the red one over here. It is a 40-liter frame backpack made out of a recycled ECOPACK EPX200 fabric. It's a great backpack most of the time. It's durable, it carries weight really well, however, it is not ultra lightweight. I owned a Dyneema backpack from Light AF where the main storage compartment of it was 40 liters and overall it was 55 liters. I wanted to get something a little bit smaller and hopefully a little bit lighter. So I ordered the Framed Thru from Waymark, and the Framed Thru in my size, which is the large, extra large, has the main compartment storage capacity of 33.5 liters and overall it's 43 liters. So I was downsizing, going down by about 6.5 liters. The recycled ECOPACK material is heavier than Dyneema, so it ended up actually being a little bit heavier than that Dyneema pack. But the padded hip belt and padded shoulder straps really made carrying that extra weight really comfortable. So the foam padding makes up to 35 pounds carried comfortably. I also love that the Thru offers the option to have the front pocket made of Lycra or this heavy-duty mesh. The pack is durable and designed and constructed better than any backpack that you're going to find at retailers like REI. A few months ago, I got some new gear and I had to sew some new stuff sacks. I was curious, so I ordered this new material called Ultra. This is white Ultra in the 200 weight, and it cost $58 for a yard of that stuff, so it's super expensive. But Ultra is waterproof, lightweight, and very durable. And I like Ultra because it feels like fabric and it doesn't feel plasticky like Dyneema does. About the same time, a friend of mine named Miyagi on the trail got the Evolve in the Ultra material and he put it through a ridiculous torture test that he made a video of. And in that torture test, he ran with the backpack, dragging it behind with a rope, with it bouncing on the rocks and the ground. And then he froze it in a big block of ice and dropped it from a tree. And then he actually put it in the dryer on high heat. And after all of that, it barely showed any wear. And I knew that is the backpack that I had to get. I started looking at the 38-liter Evolve made out of the Ultra material. And that backpack's main compartment has a capacity of 29.2 liters. That's about 4 liters smaller than my Thru, but from using the Thru, I knew that I could downsize. I had that extra space and going down 4 liters was going to be easy for me. But what I was worried about is they advertise the Evolve where your base weight should be 10 pounds or lower and your overall pack weight should be 20 pounds or lower. Now, my weight was a little bit more than that, so I called Waymark and saw how accurate that weight rating was, and they suggested that I get the padded hip belt, which when you put that on, it's a removable hip belt. When you put that on your backpack, it can bump your weight capacity up 5 pounds. I pulled the trigger and I ordered one. It's the 38-liter EVLV made out of ultra material. It's the black one right here. It's pretty sweet looking. And not only is it pretty, but it has all of the features that you're going to want. It has a large front pocket, large side pockets, compression straps on the sides and the top, and allows for shoulder strap water bottle pockets. And get this, it's 18 ounces lighter than that Thru backpack. I recently took the EVLV out on a 3-day, 52-mile backpacking trip through the rugged north woods of Minnesota near the Canadian border. My pack base weight was around 12 pounds, and with food, fuel, and water, my pack was around 20 pounds. On day 1, I hiked 20 miles and opted to not wear the removable hip belt. On day 2, it was hot, and I hiked 25 miles. About halfway, I put on the hip belt just to get a feel for what it felt like. On day 3, I kept the hip belt on, and I finished the hike. My torso length was a little too tall for that padded hip belt to fit properly on the 38-liter EVLV. But I opted to keep it on. Maybe it wasn't supporting the weight just right, but stabilizing the back of the backpack made the wear on my shoulders a little bit less, and it made the backpack a little bit more comfortable. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the Framed Thru and the large to extra large with the 38-liter EVLV in ultra material. You can see I'm actually comparing 3 different backpacks, the EVLV without a hip belt, with a hip belt, and the Framed Thru. You can see that the weight goes from 14.4 ounces in the EVLV without a hip belt up to the Framed Thru at 40 ounces. The dimensions are pretty similar. The only difference is the Thru is 4 inches taller. The volume of the main compartment of the backpack in the EVLV is 29.2 liters and the Framed Thru is 33.5 liters. Total overall capacity is 38.65 liters in the EVLV versus 42.95 liters in the Thru. Weight capacity goes from 20 pounds without the hip belt, 25 with the hip belt, and in the Thru is a 35-pound capacity. The cost you can see here is $260 for the 38-liter EVLV. You add $22 on if you opt to get the removable padded hip belt, and the Framed Thru is $270. I know a lot of my friends are a little bit shorter than me, and they need a smaller torso. So I'm going to show you a comparison using the 35-liter EVLV made out of ultra material and the small to medium Thru. Again, you can see that I am comparing 3 different backpacks here. It's the Ultra 35-liter EVLV without a hip belt, with a hip belt, and the small medium Framed Thru. You can see that the weights range from 13.9 ounces up to 34 ounces. The dimensions, again, are relatively the same. The EVLV is about a 1/4 inch less deep, and the Thru is about 2 inches taller. The main compartment of the backpack's capacity in the EVLV is 25.9 liters, and in the Thru it's 29.3 liters. Of course, the total capacity of the 35-liter backpack is 35 liters, and in the small to medium Framed Thru, it is 38.65 liters. The weight capacity, again, is 20 pounds without the hip belt, 25 pounds with the hip belt on the EVLV, and on the Framed Thru, it is again 35 pounds. The costs are the same, $260, $282 with the hip belt, and $270. Both the Thru and the EVLV have all the features that you're going to want on a backpack. Again, they have the roll top, they have the side compression, they have the top compression, they have the big pockets on the sides. This is a big front pocket. They both have, as you can see here with my white poles, trekking pole loops for hooking your poles on when you don't need them, as well as an ice axe. And both of them have the padded shoulder belts where you can put on the water bottle carrier. The water bottle carrier from Waymark is the best on the market, and I just love it. My EVLV on the top portion is made out of a 200 weight ultra material, and the bottom section is made out of a 400 weight. That gives a little bit more durability on the bottom, and it's lighter on the top. The other big difference between the Thru and the Evolve is that the Evolve is a frameless backpack. Now on the Thru, you can remove the frame if you want to opt for that backpack to be frameless. When you are hiking with a frameless backpack, you need to spend a little extra time and care when you are packing your backpack to make sure that it's comfortable while you're hiking. So when I was on that Minnesota hiking trip, it was really warm. And you should know when you wear a frameless backpack that your back is going to be warmer. My back was sweating, excessive back sweat, and not only was it on my back, but that sweat runs south down into the nether regions. I'm glad that I had my body glide here to protect the Franken beans. Ooh, here. I walked through some heavy rain and I had that back sweat. Now both ECOPACK and Ultra Materials are both waterproof. However, Waymark tells you that their backpacks are not waterproof, and that's because they aren't taped and they aren't seam sealed. So that means that if you are going to be backpacking in wet conditions, they recommend that you use a pack liner. I personally opt for waterproof stuff sacks, and when I pulled my stuff sacks out after that rain and after that back sweat, they were a little damp on the outside. They weren't totally wet, and the gear inside of the stuff sacks was still dry. So which backpack would I recommend? Would it be the Framed Thru or the ultralight Evolve made out of the Ultra material? It really depends on what you are bringing on your trip, how much your gear is going to weigh. Now, I personally, if I'm in warmer weather conditions, that means that I don't have to carry that big sleeping bag. I don't have the big winter clothes, and I can fit everything in that smaller backpack, and my weight is probably going to be under, say, 22 to 23 pounds. That's kind of the limit that I would use on that backpack. Now, if I'm going to be, say, 24 pounds or over, if I have that big sleeping bag, the big winter gear, or I have some other big gear where I'm not going to fit in that 38 liters and my base weight is going to be over 24 pounds, I'm going to carry the Thru because it's going to be a lot more comfortable for that trip. If you'd like a more thorough look at the Framed Thru backpack, here is a link to a video that I did on that topic. I'm super excited. In just a few weeks, I get to go out on a 10-day, 180-mile trip on the Colorado Trail where I'm going through the San Juan Mountains, and I am going to be carrying that Evolve backpack. Before I go out on that trip, I'm going to do a gear loadout video of what I am putting in my pack for that trip and how it's packed in the backpack. If you like this video and you'd like to see that video, do me a favor, hit subscribe, press the bell notification. They'll tell you when that video comes out. You can also check out Midwest Backpacker on Instagram and on Facebook. And thank you for watching this video, and we will see you out on the trail.